Welcome, my friends, to WTF, Weirder Than Fiction, the show where we read to you just the absolute worst of the worst fan fiction that we can possibly find. Thank you for joining us on this train wreck. We are your hosts. My name is Micah. Joining me is Levi.
Yo.
And Joe.
Hello.
So, that was an amazing first 3 chapters of this Sonic High School fanfic by Dark Doom Firemaster.
Amazing is a word for it.
It was glorious.
Well, can you call a story where we hear that Sonic has a gay ball and penis problem anything other than amazing?
Honestly, it sounds like science fact, you know what I'm saying?
This is what the public schools don't want you to know.
I didn't know what the public school.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like the conspiracy theory thing where they're like, they don't teach this in public school.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like something weird, and you're like, I mean, I guess.
But what they actually aren't teaching is about the itchy balls of hedgehogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an actual thing. Yeah, we really need to be aware. Anyway.
I love that. Like,
off of whatever that was.
You can tell this story is quite dated because, one, there's a lot of like weird, like gay insults.
Everything's gay.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
like
very
man
2012.
is, quote unquote, a gay asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it wrong?
I mean, he kind of. Somebody who turns animals into machines and then tries to steal the Chaos Emeralds, whereas he likes to spell in his safe.
Yeah, classic gay move.
Pretty much by the numbers.
I just noticed the dates. This was literally written within 3 months.
Yeah.
Like the whole story, or this?
Yeah,
chapter?
it was published May 4th of 2012, and then the last update, and it's complete. So the last chapter was August 11th of 2012.
Well, you know, Joe, that's the thing about writing. Inspiration has to come to you organically. You can't just force something like this out, like Sonic did with his fast, mad poop.
Yeah, you got to give yourself deadlines.
I
like
was
3
saying
or 4 months.
That's really good for 25 chapters.
Yeah, and then do all 25 chapters on the toilet.
Well, each
5 minutes
chapter
before
is
it's
like
due.
what, like 300 words, maybe?
I can't visualize how many words that is, so I'm just gonna say yes.
I don't know. I'm also curious as to like the age of this writer, because it's an M-rated story.
Not
which, that doesn't
old
mean
enough.
they're an adult, but like because it's really badly written, so you would think it's like a kid in junior high. But if you look at like
that or a homeschool graduate.
I don't think that also counts. Like, this person probably has some sort of, problems because they're making a Sonic fanfic of this quality. So,
I just looked
adults
at the
write this bad as
description.
well.
I just looked at the description. It literally says, it is known as the most addictive story online. And it is the ultimate Sonic story about high school.
Story. Well, I see. Well, sign me
That
right up,
explains this.
Dark Doom Firemaster.
We chose a good story to start off with.
I think so. It's
We did.
rich
This
in
is
lore.
garbage.
It's got some steamy love scenes for the ladies. It's got plenty of action for the boys. I don't know what to not like about this.
I haven't seen any love scenes yet, so I'm a little apprehensive here.
Sonic is waiting to do the sex with Amy.
I have an update.
What?
I looked at Dark Doom Firemaster, the author, to see what else he might have done. First off, his description, or his profile, just says, "I like crafting succulent stories." That's it.
That's a word for that.
His first story was Sonic High School. His second story is Sonic the Hedgehog, World War II Dragon, a Sonic High School story. And that one is only 1 chapter and 3,200 words.
Sonic dies by a Panther II tank.
Wait, the title consists of both World War II and a high school story?
Yeah.
It's got two colons. And also there is
Sonic is a student in the Hitler Youth Program.
Oh no. There is a third entry though, and this is called Sonic the Hedgehog: the movie: a Sonic High School story. This was written in 2019.
Oh, so that's newer.
This
Author is going strong.
Well, no, he went strong in 2012 and then did one 3-chapter story in 2019.
Right, but they returned to this, and they did not feel shame about this previous story. I think we're dealing with someone who's probably older than we think.
I'm curious as to how old this person is and if they have any other social media.
Frankly, I don't know if I want to know. I like to keep it a little mystery, you know?
Yeah, I really don't. I'm good.
What if it's Stephen King? Like, he's getting all his stories that he couldn't publish out there like that. We don't know is the point.
I think we'll be good if we don't look into his DeviantArt.
I think we'll be good if we never, ever look at any of this ever again.
Honestly, yeah.
That's the better option. Okay, well, let's start off with Chapter 4.
Chapter 4 of Sonic High School. This chapter is called Getting a Date. Sonic did like in the first chapter and went to school again. Now it's lunchtime and Sonic was in the lunchroom. Sonic was telling all of the people at his table, who were Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Espio, and Charmy Bee, about what did happen yesterday. But Tails already knew, so he was nodding his head like a good friend.
You should have seen it, said Sonic. I was in the haunted house, and I shot Eggman, but I let him get away right before I could have killed him.
Sonic laughed, and Tails laughed at the same time. Knuckles said,
You should stop going on these cool adventures, because high school is more important,
said Knuckles, and Sonic knew he was right, because it's called Sonic High School, and it should be more about the high school part. So Sonic asked them all what they're up to.
Well, I'm entering the science competition,
said Tails.
To win the science competition, I have to come up with the best invention, and my invention is this invisibility hat. It makes you invisible, but I can't do it right now because I have to make sure it works perfect for the science competition.
Tails was so smart that Sonic knew he would win the science competition, because Tails is like
What is that word?
NSD. Nerd!
Shout Knuckles right into Tails' ear. What a bad guy.
I'm just hanging out, and I'm not going to go to class because I want to cause trouble,
said Knuckles. Knuckles was so bad that he would cause trouble. Sonic thought Knuckles was a... Shadow was next, and he was badder than Knuckles, but in a different way.
I'm not going to be around much longer,
said Knuckles.
Oh, wait, no, that was my bad. That was Knuckles.
I think that was supposed to be
Shadow. Was it?
It sounds like it was.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be Shadow. What? This is a grammatic error.
Dark Doom Firemaster, get it
He let us down. Okay, I'll just read that line again then. I'm not going to be around much longer,
said Knuckles. He always
meaning
did.
Shadow.
At the end of what he was saying, because it was mysterious. Oh, he always did ... at the end of what he was saying, because it was mysterious.
The fourth wall breaks in this.
Wait, where are you going?
said Tails, because he was curious.
I'm going to... I'm going to kill my parents,
said Shadow. See, this is how Shadow is worse than Knuckles. He did serious bad things. At least at the end of the day, Knuckles could sleep. Shadow was too dark for that.
I'm gonna try out for the football team,
said Espio. Espio was athletic like Sonic, but not as fast. And he had a horn on his nose that was good for attacking people in front of him. So Sonic thought he would be good at football.
I'm going to try out for the play,
said Charmy Bee. Charmy Bee was loud and singing always.
You're an annoying, F-slur, so you should do great,
said Knuckles.
Do not hurt my feelings,
said Charmy. Charmy was used to being hectored. Hectored? So he was able to remove himself from his potent fury.
Did you see Ruse just now?
said Espio.
She's looking so hot in her tiny bra.
Espio obviously wanted to kiss her deep.
You should ask her out,
said Sonic.
But the prom was yesterday,
said Espio.
Well, that is okay. You can date any time,
said Sonic.
Oh,
said Espio.
Well, then I am gonna kiss and sex her tonight.
Espio was like a little boy looking at his mom's boob for the first...
What? Whoa!
Espio was like a little boy looking at his mom's boob for the first time.
I think we found out the root of Dark Firemaster's,
yes.
problems.
What?
Sonic and Tails together were both looking at each other, and they wanted to help Espio.
We're gonna help you get a date.
Said Sonic and Tails at the same time simultaneously.
And we're gonna do it right now.
Said Sonic and Tails. Sonic and Tails got up and both grabbed one of Espio's arms and dragged him across the room. Sonic did most of the dragging because he was stronger, and put him right at Rouge.
What is this about?
Said Rouge with a questioning sound. She blinked her eyelids quickly like a race car.
What do you want? Why are you here?
Espio looked right into her eyes with a passion like 100 barking dogs and said, Rouge, will you go out with me? Espio was sweating, and there were drops of sweat dripping off his hands in front of her.
I don't know,
said Rouge and looked at Espio. Rouge gave him a sexy look that made Espio feel in love.
Please do it,
said Sonic and Tails together at the same time.
Okay, we can go on a date tonight,
said Rouge. Sonic and Tails and Espio were stoked and high-fived right there. By the time this night ended, one of them would have done their first sex.
Oh.
Now here's the hard part, said Espio. How do I put sex in her without getting in trouble? Sonic and Tails looked at each other and thought, uh-oh. And Espio walked out while holding on to Rouge's boobies because they are now boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's allowed to do it. I'm uncomfortable.
That's not how that works, but okay.
Chapter 5.
That's how that works. As soon as you get a girlfriend, you can just be groping her the entire time. That
I wish somebody would have told me this in high school.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that some people say there's a time and place for things. It's any time, especially Sonic
all the
High
time.
School.
There's no bad place or time.
Yeah.
Chapter 5. Preparations. It was the end of the day at school, and it was time that Sonic and Tails and Knuckles got back on the bus at the bus stop to board it all the way home from school.
We are on the bus now,
said Tails.
No more classes.
Tails was happy, but sad because he is smart. Sonic and Tails sat down together, and Knuckles sat right in the middle of the aisle, which he usually did not do, but sometimes did, when not everyone was on the bus. It looked like Espio and Rouge were not on the bus because they were too busy getting ready to go sex tonight, now that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Knuckles laid across the aisle even more stretched out than when he just sat across 2 seats, because now the limits were the Alpha and the Omega. How can we help Espio? Said Sonic to Tails. Tails responded,
I don't know,
and thought about it on the bus. The bus drove bumpy on the bumpful roads all the way home, and they all got out at the bus stop that they were normally got in the bus at, just like always. That sentence made me want to die.
I think Dark Doom Firefist might have had like a seizure or something right there.
This is a tiny
No,
stroke.
I did. Sonic ran out of the bus, and then Tails, and then Knuckles in order,
time to go home.
said Tails,
We are almost there.
and they walked the rest of the way to home. When they got home, it was dinner time, and Sonic was at a different home from Tails and Knuckles because they were all in different families, so they did not live together. And Sonic's mom made it dinner. Sonic's mom made Chinese food, and Sonic ate it, and at the end there was a fortune cookie, and Sonic broke it open and ate the cookie part, and kept the paper that was inside that held a magical fortune on it. Sonic looked at the fortune and read it to himself inside of his head. The path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis, said Sonic.
I don't think that's a real fortune.
Yeah, said Sonic inside of his head, reading the fortune cookie paper, and he knew it was a good sign for what he was about to happen tonight. When Espio and Rouge went to sex, then the phone ringed. Sonic ran to the phone and picked it up and said, "Hello," into it. It was Tails,
I have an idea.
said Tails on the phone to Sonic, who was listening but not speaking.
I can give Espio my invisibility hat for that science competition, and he can use it to do sex for Rouge.
Sonic smiled so wide, like the King of Fire, finding out he burned down New York City with only his fire powers. Sonic and Tails went to Espio's house later, which was not easy to walk to normally for most people. But Sonic is super fast, so he ran over there and helped Tails get there too, seeing as Tails is not as fast as Sonic. They knocked on the house and Espio came out the door.
Here's my invisibility hat that you can use with Rouge tonight to make sex in. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear you when you are wearing the hat, or when someone who is wearing the hat wants you to also be impossible to see and impossible to hear.
Screamed Tails, whose voice was a little hoarse from ordering food with the lunch lady whose hearing was lost in an earthquake in her childhood. Tails had to say the things he wanted so loud, and she would still say, "What?" And Tails wondered why she even had ears if she wasn't going to use them. Espio grabbed the invisibility hat from Tails' hands and said, "Cool, thanks," and kept going, so Sonic and Tails left and wished him luck from far away at their own homes. Back at home, Sonic thought it would be good that Espio would get sex into Rouge, so then he could explain it to Sonic, and Sonic would know how to find Amy's sex spots even better, because otherwise he would just have to read about it online, because all he knew was about kissing, which wasn't really sex, but it was probably kind of the same thing, and Sonic would just read about it online before talking about it anyway, and he would know the right words for things then. That was a sentence. Sonic sat in his chair that was in front of his Sonic computer and opened up Sonic Instant Messaging and messaged Amy, who was doing the same thing, but at her home, and said, "Hey Amy, want to finally become true boyfriend and girlfriend by reaching sex this weekend?" Sonic waited for a long time at his computer, and it seemed like Amy was not there because she did not respond to anything. Sonic played games online and beat all of the final bosses because he was like an alien sent to Earth to destroy records set by others. And then, finally, Amy responded. What Amy said was,
No way!
Sonic was so shocked, his brain must have felt like a total idiot.
The dot at the end.
I just took a look at chapter 6. That's when the sex happens.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, chapter 6. Espio and Rouge. We need to.
Are we really?
We have to.
I want to read these lines.
Espio.
Levi,
yes.
Real quick. Do you still want to do Espio's voice? Because it's going to be like mostly you this entire chapter.
You know what? You can do this. I'll narrate because there's a lot of narrating. And you can be
Okay.
Espio. Alright, chapter 6. Espio walked to Rouge's house because it was time for their date together, and all Espio could think about was that they were about to make sex for the first time. Espio looked at the computer and read about what to do and what the right words were so he would know how it works and how to say it right so no one would make fun of him. It was Rouge's house he was at now, and it was in front of him. Espio knocked Rouge's house door.
I hope she's home,
said Espio, and she was. She opened the door just then.
Hello, I'm home.
Said Rouge, looking always sexy in her tiny baby bra and big cool boobs. Espio thought she looked like the hottest woman in the world that he could see from here.
Where are you taking me on our date tonight?
Whispered Rouge in a sex-filled voice. Espio had thought this one over on the way over so that he could say it right the first time and get her to do what he wanted. That's sex.
Well,
said Espio.
let me put on this science hat and we will begin sex.
Rouge looked shocked, but she probably was excited too. Espio could tell they both had an erection.
What?
Said Rouge in a shocked way.
Right here?
Espio said,
Yes, this hat was made by Tails specifically for our date. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear while I'm wearing it.
Espio did a cool face at her, because being smart can be cool too, as long as you're not a nerd ass. Rouge said,
Okay, let's go inside.
and gently grabbed Espio's hand. But he pulled it back, and she fell, causing him to fall, and they both together fell onto the grass where they rolled around in it until they were about in the middle of Rouge's house front lawn. So there was plenty of room around them for activities.
No,
Said Espio.
I want to make sex in you right here.
And Espio put on the invisibility hat so nobody could see or hear them, and a whole new world of possibilities were optioned to them. So they could do sex in whatever way they wanted, and it was time to start sex right now. Espio revealed his penis to Rouge, who looked at it. Rouge said,
Cool.
and took out her vagina. Espio's penis was really big from looking at Rouge, like when he is in church, and it's so boring, but you just get a boner anyway. Rouge's vagina looked like a surprised ghost. Espio's penis approached Rouge like a plane flying down at the airport, but instead of being full of businessmen, it was full of Espio's creamy Italian salad dressing.
Here it comes!
Cried Espio, ramming his Mauve Avenger into Rouge's vagina spot. Rouge
with the $5
screamed
words.
sex noises, and Espio messed around with her boobs and face like she was the X-Men arcade game. Espio slapped his big, awesome penis from side to side in her vagina like a hot dog windshield wiper, and Rouge was ripping grass from the lawn. Then, Espio used his tail to flip her over, he can do this, and put his penis into her butt. He moved his penis in circles in her butthole like he was building a golf course and digging out the back nine. Rouge was flapping her bat wings like an idiot, and not flying because Espio's was holding onto her ass cheeks and pressing into them with his fingers and leaving marks that looked like it said, "Wow," when combined with the spot where her butthole is. And that is what she felt because Espio seemed to be a sex professional. Espio used his tail again to flip her over and did all-star sex things, like using his penis like a rolling pin on her face, and plugging his penis into her belly button to see how far it would go, and making a balls hurricane with swirling his balls and her balls. Finally, they both got so sexy that Espio's penis ejaculated, and semen came out of it and landed on Rouge, who was lying there on the lawn, but nobody could see them, so it was okay. At that part, Espio screamed,
It's semen time!
and Rouge shouted,
Create a generation in me.
Hot.
Espio ejaculated semen into her vagina, and that was what happened. Now that they were done doing sex, they put their penis and vagina and balls away, and Espio took off the invisibility hat, and it was like nothing ever happened. But they both know it did because they were there for it.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Try that again,
Bye-bye.
said Espio, and Espio walked off her property and away to his house, and did the rest of his things until school happened the next day.
Wow.
What just happened?
What a hot and saucy episode that was.
I have a complaint for Dark
Yes.
Doom Firemaster. He said in his description, this story contains no graphic
That's what I was
descriptions.
thinking. I was like, what?
And
I'd
then
also
he
like to
goes-
point out, I mean, no judgment or whatever on Espio's preferences, but it does say that Rouge had balls as well. But
Yes.
she had a vagina as well.
I think it meant her boobs.
Maybe. But it said balls.
No, they made a balls hurricane with his balls and her balls.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
I don't know, but he created a generation in her.
Well, you know the wise Chinese proverb, the pathway to glory is found at the base of your friend's penis.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, that was too much. But that was chapter 6.
That was definitely something. That was
Yeah,
more than
I
I
think-
expected we would get from this story.
Honestly,
This
I
was
think
like-
that is a perfect ending for this episode. So
I think so.
Yep.
that
This was
there.
like the romance episode, you know, progressing a lot of character. The first episode we had a lot of setup and action with Eggman escaping, who I'm sure we'll see again.
and this was just straight up action.
Yeah, this whole 3 section of chapters was about Espio getting to have the sex.
Honestly, incredible.
And my favorite part of this whole thing was was as he climaxes, he shouts, "It's semen time!"
That was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
What was each of you's favorite part of this episode?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to even think of. I don't think I processed what we read. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to sit here and, like, look back, and I'm like, honestly, I don't think I remember reading any of this.
Because of how surprising they both were, it's a tie between Shadow saying he was just going to kill his parents and the fortune cookie that said the path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis.
I think Shadow, how it was explaining that Shadow is badder than Knuckles, and it's like trying to be vague about it, but then it's like, where are you going?
I'm gonna kill my parents.
Yeah, that I was not expecting at all. I think that has to be my favorite from this section.
And I like that they just leave it at that. They're like, okay.
I know, he just leaves, that's it. Nobody's gonna even mention it again. It's just like, yeah, that's how bad he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's just gonna kill. He's just gonna start killing. That works.
Yeah, his parents, with his handguns that he has.
Yeah.
Honestly, I cannot wait until next week because I need to find out what happened with Sonic and Amy because Amy just rejected him out of nowhere.
I
She
know.
straight blocked him.
Like, what is
Yeah.
she gonna do?
I don't know.
What
They're gonna have to.
What is she
the
gonna
plot
do? What
thickens.
is Sonic gonna do?
Yeah, what I don't know. They're just...
Is he gonna
See,
be gay?
Rouge is very experienced. She's been around the
She's
Sonic High School.
sexy.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
a tiny baby bra.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh, something about that line was very uncomfortable to me.
Oh, you not the line about SBO, like a boy seeing his mom's boob for the first time.
Oh,
That
yeah,
wasn't
that
as
too.
uncomfortable.
What is that? What is that called? What is that?
Oedipus?
It's like a psychological thing where you're like
Oedipus
attracted
complex?
to your. What is it?
Oedipus complex?
That's it. That's the one.
That's
Yes.
weird.
I would like to say that that's what it is because otherwise I don't know what to say to Dark Doom Firefist.
I mean, honestly, like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think, what's his name, Dark Doom Firemaster, I don't think he even knew. I don't think he knew what that was.
Oh, he knew.
I don't.
Wait a minute. Are you insinuating that our glorious author, Dark Doom Firefist, has not had sex before?
Well, I don't think he did in 2012.
I don't think he did in 2019 if he's still writing these stories.
I don't know. He took a 4-year, or no, he took like an 8-year break, 7-year break. So
I don't know, we
who
might,
knows what
when
could
we're
have happened
done
that
with
time.
this story, we might visit his newer story, the 2019 story. We might
Possibly,
just, like,
but I
take
think-
a
yeah,
look.
both of the new stories are really short. They're only a couple chapters.
Yeah, I think we might need a break though after this Sonic because I think there's too much Sonic that there is such a thing as too much Sonic.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
a limit.
We'll take
to
a
the
break
amount
and
of Sonic.
we'll do some different stories.
Yeah, we'll take a break really fast because we're Sonic fast.
Stop.
And we will come
Stop
back
it.
fast.
Stop it.
No.
Well, everyone, thank you for listening to episode 2 of our fanfiction, continuing the exciting story of Sonic High School. Again, if you have any suggestions for any future episodes or want to send us any beautiful fiction to read, please do.
Yeah, please send us, like, stuff that's... Like, Sonic is okay, but I feel like it is kind of dominating the bad fanfiction
Yes.
realm. So if you have stories that are not Sonic related, that are different fandoms, we'll take anything, honestly. So, send
But
it in, give us
nothing,
ideas.
nothing dream related, please.
No.
Nothing dream related. Please.
No.
What's
Okay. Okay.
Nothing.
That's different because those are real people, and I do not want to read fan fiction about them. Let's
Yeah,
not
we'll try
do
to
that.
avoid.
Wait,
Unless
Sonic's
it's
not
like
real?
Joe Biden and Donald
What?
Trump stuff.
What did you say, Levi?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're not gonna read like content creator fiction.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a
But
good
pretty much
idea.
anything else. Also, that was a hint. Please send Joe Biden and Donald Trump stuff because,
Yes.
we all have our
please.
thing.
Michael, what?
What?
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, send us
signing
fiction.
off. This was episode. Yes, this was part 2 of Sonic High School.
Thanks for listening,
we
everyone.
Will see you later.
Bye-bye.